Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Well, I don't get very many chances to say this. Good morning and Roll Tribe ICC fans, as breakfast in Fulton this morning, as we got a 10 o'clock start for our first of two games this afternoon between ICC and Northwest Florida. And Michael, maybe making history here, one of the earliest starts we've had in softball, but beautiful day, a little chilly, going to try to beat the rain this afternoon coming in the area.
True, but we got a lot of bright sunshine. It's very pretty out here. Looking for another great game like the awesome one we saw last night here between these two teams.
Absolutely. Let's take you to the field for today's Tupelo Coca-Cola starting lineups.
Welcome to Itawamba Community College, the only college located on the banks of the Tenn-Tom Waterway. We'd like to introduce our guests today from Northwest Florida State, inviting them to line up on the third base line. Leading off for Northwest Florida, number 22, the second baseman, Stewart. The DP, number 14, Pippin. In the 3 slot is the catcher, number 8, Gibson. The first baseman, number 12, Hardy. The third baseman, number 15, Thompson. The right fielder, number 18, Jones. In left field is number 2, Hammonds. In center field, number 3, the only player from Ponchatoula, Louisiana, Broussard. The shortstop, number 11, Hood. And in the flex is the pitcher, number 16, Langston. And the remainder of the Lady Raiders, coached by Andy Lee, assisted by Becca Taylor, Logan Calhoun. The Lady Raiders from Niceville, Florida, are 12-0.
Let's go!
And now, the Lady Indians, leading off, 8, Escape. At second base, Sarah Kate Thompson. In center field, number 1, Sammy Day Jones. The DP, number 24, Jesse Smith. At first base, number 17, Rain Rippey. The catcher is number 30, Riley Tyree. Today's pitcher, number 18, Haley Alberson. In left field, number 7, Tamaya Martin. At shortstop, number 5, Hallie Turner. And in right field, number 2, Bailey Ware. And in the flex slot, number 6, the third baseman, Avery Wolf. And the remainder of the Lady Indians coached by Kelly Beth Ernest, assisted by Kristen Hawkins. The Lady Indians are 6-2. We invite you to stand, and please remove your headgear out of respect to the greatest country on the planet for our national anthem.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, can you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for that First American National Bank opening pitch here, as this is going to be coming from Haley Albertson of ICC. It'll be Stewart, Pippin, and Gibson due up here at the top of the first, as that First American National Bank coming your opening pitch coming your way at 10:01. It's a 10:01 First American National Bank opening pitch, and it goes high for a ball. So Stewart, starting us off here, she's playing second base in the first of possible two games this afternoon. As this pitch fouled off out of play, 1-1 now is the count. Let's take a look at some stats here on our starting pitcher. Michael, we got some of those coming into this series.
Yeah, so this is Albertson's third appearance of the year. This is her first start, so we'll see how she does in a starting role today. She came in relief earlier this week against Northwest Shoals for 2 innings and had a great day there. And then she came in relief yesterday versus Marion Military, and I don't have those numbers exactly in front of me, but she did a very good job going about, I think she went about 5 innings yesterday.
So that pitch in there for strike 1 and 2 now is the count here on Stewart. That pitch just missing low outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count.
In the game last night, Stewart did not get a hit, but she did go in 0 for 4, but she did reach in the 7th on an error.
Yeah, ICC was able to rally, tied up at 1. And a couple errors late in the game allowed the Raiders to push across a couple of runs and pick up that 3-1 win in a great pitcher's duel. So now that pitch missing for a ball. 3-2 is the count. And this one popped back out of play and will stay at 3-2. We'll this game was a late addition to the schedule. We moved up our games from Saturday against Marion Military, and then Northwest Florida was in the area wanting to jump in and play. And so we didn't know that we'd be able to get the games in today, as that all-speed pitch goes high for a ball. But Mother Nature actually kind of changed her mind. The forecast originally called for rain moving into the area around that 11:45, between 11:45 and 12:30 mark. Well, now it's shifted and said it may not even get here until about 2, so we'll see. So this is the DP Pippin coming to the plate. That pitch in there for a strike. No outs and a runner on first here for Northwest Florida.
Pippin went 2 for 4 last night in the game, scoring an RBI.
Pitch coming here. That one just a little high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, Northwest Florida comes in 12-0 on the year. ICC at 6-2. One pitch. That's Jam Job. Going to get 1. Can they get 2? No, just missing on that one. So a fielder's choice. 6-4 will retire Stewart. And, man, I tell you what, this Northwest Florida team from top to bottom has incredible speed. And it was like Pippin kind of landed on the base awkwardly over there. So they're giving her a moment to kind of run that off.
Gibson.
Coach Lee comes to check out on her. She gives him the thumbs up, says she's okay. So 1 out now, runner at first. This will bring up the catcher Gibson to the plate. And that pitch, fastball in there for a strike.
Gibson was a designated player in last night's game, struck out twice and then was replaced by Moe, but came back in later to run for Moe. So she got back into the game at the end.
0-1 pitch. It's a little low. 1-1 is now the count. Baseball played yesterday. They were at Calhoun. They were only able to get in 1 game due to darkness. As this pitch fouled off out of play, 1-2 now is the count. Baseball picked up a 13-10 win. They actually came back to win that one in 9 innings over Calhoun. They'll be in action, I believe, on Tuesday. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll have it here on the Red Channel. So that pitch drifts outside for a ball. Basketball to be here on Monday. Big week for the men's basketball team. They've got Colin and East Mississippi coming up. And it's a 3-way tie currently for first place in the conference between ICC, Colin, and East Mississippi. That pitch missing low for a ball. Count goes full now at 3-2.
Yeah, very big week for Coach Payton and his men to try to secure up the title this week.
So 3-2 pitch. Jammed her. Second baseman's going to get 1 and 2. Are they going to say she missed the tag? Or they're going to say she missed the tag of the runner to second. And so that'll be a 4-3 on the putout of Gibson. No real argument out of Skate over there. So a heads-up play by Pippin to dodge the tag, if you will, and avoid the Little Caesars double play. So this is Hardy now at the plate. She's playing first base. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike.
Hardy went 1 for 4 last night with a single.
There's 2 outs and a runner on second. Hardy rips one out to right field, but the right fielder Ware in the right spot at the right time to record that for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Let's take and keep it here for a moment. Take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. And let's start with Northwest Florida.
So in this inning, you just saw Stewart leading off at second base, followed by Pippin, the designated player today. Gibson batting third is your catcher. Fourth is Hardy, your first baseman. Batting fifth is Thompson, the third baseman. Batting sixth is Jones, the right fielder, followed by Hammonds, the left fielder, Broussard, the center fielder, and then the end of the lineup will be Hood, your shortstop. The pitcher today for Northwest Florida is Langston.
So that is your starting lineup there for the Raiders, and now starting lineup for your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Ernest hopes she's got that same winning combination put together here this morning against Northwest Florida.
Leading off for the Indians is Skate Thompson, your second baseman, followed by Sammy Day Jones. I keep getting that wrong. In center field. Third is Jesse Smith, your designated player. Rain Rippey back into today's game, playing first base. Tyree catching, batting fifth. Alberson, your pitcher, batting sixth. The left fielder is Martin, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Turner, the shortstop. And batting ninth is Bailey Ware, the right fielder. Avery Wolf plays third base and is in the flex position today.
And that is your Coca-Cola starting lineups here for game one for both squads, as we're going to get the throw down and get set to go here for the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Sarah Kate Thompson, Day Jones, and Smith scheduled up here for the Indians. Well, today's the day you want the sun out. The other few days we wanted the clouds because it helped block the sun out of our eyes. But
true.
And
the sun's behind us.
Yeah, behind us.
We're usually used to looking right into it.
Well, the home plate umpire have a quick conversation with Coach Ernest as she headed towards the side. So Thompson will start us off here. No score. We're in the bottom of the first. Game one of possible two this afternoon. Thompson, show bunt, pulls it back, but it's in there for a strike.
Skate was 1 for 3 last night with a big double that ended up leading to sort of a double steal situation where she was able to get home and score a tying run in the 6th inning.
She's showing bunt one more time. Pulls back, looks at that pitch outside, low for a ball. Yeah, that was a big moment in the game as Skate scored that tying run. And then in the bottom of the 7th, ICC got the tying run to the plate, just couldn't quite get anything going there, as it was a great pitching performance last night from the young lady from Northwest Florida. As this pitch fouled off, to look back on, give you her name.
Last night's pitcher was Brunson.
Yeah, she had 13 strikeouts.
Allison Brunson.
Last night.
Gives her 36 for the year.
Not a bad start on the season. 1-2 now is the count here on Thompson. This is that pitch outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Well, that's where Bronson lived last night, was on that outside corner and was able to get those calls. So now the count evens up at 2-2. And that one missing outside. 3-2 now is the count here on Thompson. Got the middle infield regular depth.
Infield's in a bit. Outfield's in a bit.
Yeah, I would say the corners were in for a second, but they kind of drift back. So waiting the 3-2 pitch here to Thompson. And that one catches the outside edge, and Thompson didn't like, she agreed with it, but it's going to be called a strike, the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And now this will bring up center fielder Day Jones. So Jones will dig in with one out and nobody on here in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the first. Jones looks at that pitch outside for a ball.
Sammy went 1 for 3 last night with a single and a walk.
These lefties, they have struggled here against, well, really, truly both Marion and Northwest Florida. So it'd be an opportunity for them today to try to get a few things figured out.
This pitcher that Northwest Florida has going today is Emma Langston, a sophomore. We'll give you some stats on her in just a second.
2-0 is the count here to Day Jones. 3-0 now.
This is Langston's 5th appearance of the year. She carries no record. Has pitched 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 walks, and 7 strikes.
So she just picked up her 8th on the season to start the inning. Now behind the count 3-0 here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the first. And that pitch, that was a 3-0 strike call, I guess you're going to say, is she went for that same spot on the previous 3 pitches. Didn't quite get it, but brought it in just enough that time to get the strike. 3-1 now is the count. And that's ball 4. So a walk issued there to Day Jones, and now this will bring Smith to the plate.
Number 24, Jesse Smith.
So Smith, she saw the ball well. She got hit by a pitch last night, reached on an error, and came up with a hit, I believe, maybe 2 later in the game. So she will try to spark things here. Swings on this one, pops it up, deep center field. Center fielder going back to the wall, gone!
2-run homer for the Indians.
Well, that one right there just jumped off the bat, and the ballpark wasn't big enough as it traveled. And the Indians take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
It's just the kind of hot start they needed after struggling a little bit last night.
Now batting for the Lady
Big time shot there.
First baseman, number 17, Rain.
And as you said, the Indians needed something positive here early on in this one. And that was just what they were looking for there. And now this will bring up Rain Rippey, the first baseman. As Rippey will dig in with 1 out and nobody on. That pitch missing low for a ball.
Rain did not play in the game against West Florida last night. She was involved in a collision in the earlier game against Marion, but she did well in that game, going 3 for 4 with a pair of singles and a walk.
The Raiders getting someone up in the bullpen to start getting loose. That pitch inside corner for a strike.
Looks like they've got number 13, Hinton, a sophomore pitcher, up in the bullpen for Northwest Florida.
So 1-1 is the count with 1 out and nobody on. This one ripped, but it's going to be right at the left fielder. On a rope right there. Left fielder made a nice play to cover a little bit of ground to reel that one in for out number 2. And now this is going to be Tyree coming to the dish here for the Indians.
Tyree has been on fire this week.
Yeah, she has only been out once in her last 10 at-bats. She's 9 of 10 with 10 RBIs. I think she scored 3 runs in that mix as well. And that was going to hit her.
Yep.
We'll find a way on, is what the story is there, and she does so. As that was a 2-out hit by pitch. So now this will bring up Alberson to the plate.
Number 18, Haley Alberson.
You want to talk about a player that's due. That's going to be Haley right here. She is
indeed
got a strong bat. She's got the pitch. She's pitching today. And she's one of those that if she can get a hit, get that confidence brewing, could really give this lineup a shot in the arm. So a runner on first with 2 outs. 2-0 ICC with the lead. Is that pitch missing inside for a ball?
He's pitching today and also pitched in relief yesterday in the first game against Marion.
Big healthy swing there. Snap throw down to first is not in time. So now 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first. ICC would love to tack on some runs here on top of this 2-0 advantage. So that pitch drifts high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Alberson.
Tack on some of those insurance runs. They're always important.
And they're always brought to you by your State Farm Insurance agent, Brandon Poland, right here in Fulton. That pitch missing inside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. If Albertson were to reach, Martin would be up next for the Indians. So waiting the 3-1 pitch here. This one popped up, back and out of play. And 3-2 now will be the count.
Big moment here early on. Love to keep this Indian bottom of the first inning going.
So waiting this 3-2 pitch here with 2 outs and a runner on first. And that one, did it hit her? Or they're going to say it fouled it off. And
crossed up and came off the catcher.
So she fouled it off and it hit the catcher there. And the umpire's going to come out and give her time to walk that one off. Well, I knew that thud I heard was not a thud of a bat. That was the thud of a body.
Yeah,
and
of the mask, I believe.
Yeah, unfortunately there. It looks like it may have got her just in that crease of the
knee
where she's talking with her coach right now. About one of the few places that aren't covered right there by that.
Especially when you're down in the position to catch it, it opens up that little crease, as you said.
Umpire checks on Gibson. Gibson says, "I'm good. Let's play ball." Especially on a cold day like today, adding that to it as well. So hopefully Gibson will be able to continue to shake this off and hang around here. This is a 3-2 contest with, or excuse me, it's 3-2 is the count with a 2-0 contest in favor of ICC. There's 2 outs and a runner at first. 3-2 pitch. This one lifted, and left fielder will jog over and make the running catch. And that will do it. But ICC gets 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
On 1 hit, there were no errors.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're having an extended inning here. It's a throwdown. I don't know if maybe one of the umpires may have had to take a quick trip to the restroom or not. I don't see the second one.
Not returned.
So that may be what the case is there.
Still waiting on him.
I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's take this opportunity and get a few more words from our sponsors.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Dark or empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. CagleEyeCenter.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, still got a little bit of a delay here as the umpire now coming back onto the field. So we'll be good to go.
Number 15, Thompson.
And so now this will be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. Thompson, Jones, and Hammonds scheduled up here. We saw Thompson last night, and she's quick.
Yeah, in both games that Northwest Florida played, we saw her speed on the defense and speed on the base path as well.
Yeah, so one of those that you got to make a good throw to make sure you get her out. Is a big swing and a miss there. 1-1 now is the count.
In the game against ICC last night, she went 1 for 3 with a single and a walk and a strikeout.
2-0 is your score after a 2-run home run by Smith. That pitch just missing low. 2-1 now is the count here to Thompson. Well, this is an important out here for the Indians because you don't want the speed of Thompson on the bases. And as soon as I say that, she gets on.
Oh, and there's going to be an error.
That one's going to get away, so she is going to show off that speed and end up at third base. So a single mixed with an error, and Thompson has found her way over to third.
The batter for the Raiders, right fielder.
And that was just an unfortunate break there. I almost want to take credit for that myself after saying what I did. Yeah, that one's on me.
Or both of us.
And so this,
I'll share in your blame.
There you go. This brings Jones, the right fielder, to the plate. So a single of two-bag error. And now the tying run is at the plate here for the Raiders. That pitch going to drift high and outside for a ball.
Jones did not start the game against ICC. She did come in as a pinch batter in the 6th last night for Shira, and she flew out in that one at bat.
So 1-0 pitch coming. That one, wow, inside but called a strike as Jones kind of dipped out of the way of that one.
On the year, she is batting .571 coming into this weekend with 4 hits, 4 runs, a triple, 1 RBI, 2 walks, and 2 stolen bases.
That pitch in there for a strike as well. 1-2 now is the count here on Jones. Outfield playing her kind of straight away. Infield at normal depth here. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Albertson. And that one just outside. They're going to appeal down. And she did not. Home plate umpire kind of lost the infield umpire for a second. He was
playing
looking
third
down to first. And I do agree she didn't go on that attempt. She was able to hold off on that one. 2-2 now is the count. That pitch going to drift high. 3-2 now is the count. Runner at third. There is no outs here in the top of the second. 2-0 ICC with the lead. Three-two pitch. Fouled off, and we'll stay at 3-2.
I like the idea there. Came in inside. Came in with a pitch that looked like it was good and trailed inside, so she couldn't do much with it.
So the count will stay 3-2. No outs. Runner at third after a two-base error and a single. And that pitch just missing inside, and Albertson kind of looking at the home plate umpire, wondering where that one went. So the second walk of the game issued there. And now Hammond's coming to the plate, and trouble brewing here in the top of the second for the Indians. Runners on the corners. Feel like it won't be but a pitch or two before Jones heads to second to get that tying run in scoring position here. Hammond's playing in left field, shows bunt, and the throw down is in time. No,
oh my
missed
goodness.
with the tag. Well, the throw was plenty there. Was there, just couldn't quite get the tag, as the runner didn't slide either. So just a tough break there for the Indians. Second baseman sneaking in, so is the third baseman. Tying run now here at second. Grounder, and it's going to be a foul ball, and a nice play by Coach Lee over there in the third base box.
Nice reflexes.
So he leading by example, if you will, for his girls, as he kind of turned around, showed that's how you field a ball.
Former Mississippi JUCO baseball player. He's caught a few of those before.
So 1-1 now is the count here to Hammonds. This one's popped up, and it's trouble. It's going to be where they ain't right there. One run will score. They're going to throw it into third. Now they're going to try to get the runner. Nobody covering first, as they were covering the throw back in that time.
Yeah, unfortunately, the brought-in infield just left that gap to where that bloop just fell right in on them.
But we've got an interference call here.
Against?
And so
the runner? So they're sending Thompson back to third.
I honestly did not see anything there.
Let's see if I can hear. I couldn't quite catch the full gist of what was said.
Yeah. So I'm just going to write it down as runner interference for right now.
What are they calling?
And so that will be an out. So now is this Broussard at the plate?
No, this is still Gibbs.
Okay.
No, this is
Hammonds.
I can't. Is it number
3?
Number 3. I'm sorry, I apologize. Because this is Broussard batting. So
okay, so that was
Hammonds was out.
Yeah, so there is an out in the inning. So I'm guessing they're calling runner interference in that situation. Again, I was watching the ball. That pitch missing outside for a ball.
Interesting, because the catcher wasn't really involved in the play, so to get the runner interference is interesting.
Swinging and a miss there. We'll get the umpire to show us the count. Two to nothing is the score. After they reset that play. That pitch missing low for a ball.
2-2 by my count. What? No, 3-1. Sorry. I thought there was a second strike earlier.
So 3-1 now is the count as Broussard, the center fielder, at the plate. And that one's going to be fouled off. And now the count will go full. Yeah, we need to work on getting a microphone a little bit closer to the field for those situations where you hear the explanation. The only problem is we couldn't leave it hot the whole time.
Yeah. Might be an FCC issue here or there.
Yeah. 3-2. Awaiting the pitch here. One out, runners on second and third. Nice job there by Bouchard to find a piece of that one and keep it alive here as we'll stay full at 3-2. Don't know if she, again, we were trying to listen in on what the umpire was saying to Coach Lee. May have been out of the batter's box. So 3-2 pitch coming. And that one hit hard to the shortstop and fakes the throw to first. Did they get her? No. Got just underneath the tag.
Goodness.
That was a bang-bang play and a smart play over there by Wolf to pump fake to first, and Thompson just had the wherewithal to quickly get back. And time's going to be taken here, and we'll take the timeout with them and hear a word from our sponsor.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the circle meeting being broke up there, as bases will be loaded here for Northwest Florida, and it will bring to the plate Hood. Bouchard reaching on the fielder's choice, loads this up. A bang-bang play over at third, and boy, that would have been a big out for the Indians. There's only one out in the inning right now, but this inning is shaking up to be a possible big one here for Northwest Florida. Hood, the shortstop, at the plate. That pitch in there for a strike.
Hood in last night's game versus ICC went 1 for 3 with a single. That single coming in the 7th.
0-1 is the count here to Hood. That pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. 1-1 now is the count. Right now, you just got to trust your defense. Put it up there, and would love to roll a double play, but the speed on the bases would make that difficult as that pitch drifts inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. We'll go back to the top of the lineup after Hood. There's a shot that's going to be down to the right field. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and the runners will be on the corners. 2-2. Just a clutch hit there by Hood. Drives in a pair of runs. As Thompson and Jones, we talked about that speed. There's no doubt that Jones was going to come around and score there, as might be having a change come up here for the Indians. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, can I help you with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, as we do have a new pitcher in the game here for ICC, as this will be M-Rob coming in to pitch, Emily Robinson. Alberson will move from pitcher to third, and so that will knock Wolf out of the flex position. And now we go back to the top of the lineup here, as this will be Stewart coming to the plate. One out in the inning. You've got runners on the corners here for the Raiders. Robinson had a great outing last night against Northwest Florida. Just the pitcher, I guess the unlucky pitcher of record. That's
true.
Just two outstanding performances, and M-Rob's going to try to see if she can get out of this inning with minimum damage done and keep this thing tied up. But with runners at first and third, tough position to enter here. This one popped up. Left fielder's going to drift back. It's going to be deep enough to try to score the run, and it will. So that would be a sacrifice fly off the bat of Stewart. That sac fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. If you're an ICC student, they meet Monday nights at 7:07. And Brother Chris and company love to have you come be a part of the ICC BSU. Getting ready for that spring break trip. Where are you going this year? Montana. Going back to Montana. And this one lifted out to left field, and Martin will step underneath that one and catch the line drive. So a nice job by M-Rob to be able to get them out of the inning, but Northwest Florida is able to plate three. It's 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the second. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. A big inning there for the Raiders as they were able to push three across the board. And the story of the early part of the year in ICC, especially in these two losses coming into this game, has been errors. And the error haunted them there in that inning as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's been the big issue for them in both these games so far against Northwest Florida.
Well, we got another extended inning here.
There's Coach Ernest is clarifying some changes with the home plate umpire. It looks like we're going to have some potential changes in the batting lineup too, so we'll keep you apprised of that as they approach the plate.
So this is Martin coming to the plate. She's playing in left field. We just saw she recorded back-to-back outs to end the inning there in the second. She stands in, takes that first pitch, missing low for a ball.
Martin did not play in the game last night for ICC against Northwest Florida. So this is her first time to be at bat against them.
That one hit but foul, just by inches down the line there. So a tough break there for Martin. As 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs as Martin is starting us off here. That pitch in there for a strike, 1-2 now is the count here on Martin. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Langston. This one foul back out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. As Martin leading us off here in the bottom of the second, 3-2. Northwest Florida with the lead. And there's strike 3 right down the middle. Kind of jammed her up that time, and one of those situations again, you got to be ready to swing the bat. As now this will bring Turner to the plate. The shortstop will dig in with 1 out and nobody on. Nice pitch there by Langston. She took a little bit of speed off that one that time and kind of threw off the timing, if you will, of Martin's slap hit attempt, as there's a healthy swing and a miss there by Turner. So 0-1 is the count, 1 out. And late on the fastball, 0-2 now is the count. Jill Turner was upset with herself after that one, as she kind of takes a little extra time to walk away and gather herself. 0-2 now. The count here to Turner. That pitch, not a bad spot to miss, but a good eye on part of Turner to hold off on that one.
Yeah, very good pitch, because it wasn't that far off from being a strike and can easily get Turner to chase.
So 1-2 now is the count here on the shortstop, Turner. Langston delivers. This one popped up. Center fielder is going to call everyone off, and we'll squeeze it for the out. So 2 away now, and this will bring up Bailey Ware to the plate.
Number 2, Bailey Ware.
So Ware will dig in, try to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the second. Indians trail this one 3-2. That pitch at the knees for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here. Ware playing in right field for the Indians here in the first of 2 games this afternoon. That pitch low and in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here. Nobody on for the Indians with 2 outs here in the inning. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. So 2-1 now goes the count here on Ware. So winning the 2-1 pitch. And that one misses low. 3-1 now is the count. Langston's got a little bit more methodical with the work. For the first 2 batters, she was getting up there and zipping the ball in. And here on with Ware now, kind of slowed her pace down a little bit. 3-1 now is the count. And that one in there for a strike. Good pitch to come back and force the count to go full.
See if she doesn't work that outside corner again here against Ware.
That's where she tried to go. Ground ball. And the home plate umpire had already called something before the play had started as he showed the fist closed. So we're going to have to get some clarification on what he's seeing out there. As it's now 3-2 after 2 complete. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the third inning. It'll be the 3-4-5 batters due up. Gibson, Hardy, and Thompson. 3-2 is your score in favor of Northwest Florida.
This is Gibson, the catcher. She grounded out 4-3 in the first inning.
Texting Lee Adams, see if he can get some information on what the umpire called, at least on Northwest Florida, because I think it's going to be the same thing, because he immediately showed the closed fist.
On Ware.
On Ware. Is that pitch missing for a ball? To try to start paying a little bit more attention to the slap hitters, especially the left-handed ones. Most of them are left-handed, I should say that anyway. Is that pitch missing for a ball?
Yeah, ICC has a pretty left-handed batter heavy lineup this year.
So 2-0 the count right now. 3-2 is the score in favor of the Raiders. There's a grounder. Nice diving stop over there by Skate to get the out. So 4-3 on the putout of Gibson. Second time that she's been retired by the second baseman, and now this will bring up Hardy, who flew out to right to end the first. So 1 out, nobody on here. Number 4 batter in the lineup. That pitch in there for a strike. This is Emily Robinson in the circle. She replaced Albertson after an inning and a third of work. Oh-1 is the count with 1 out and nobody on here for the Raiders. They lead at 3-2. Ground ball is going to be foul. So 0-2 now is the count here to Hardy. Will be a big time for a Renaissance Bank strikeout here if M. Rob's got one in her pocket. 0-2 pitch coming. Hey, thought she found it, but the umpire says that one a little high and outside for his liking. 1-2, but not a bad spot to miss.
No, just a bit high.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here for the Raiders. This one's fouled off, and nice little at-bat going here for Hardy to keep her at-bat alive. She's playing first here in the first game of the day, I should say. I'm used to saying afternoon, but got a 10:01 start this morning. Change up and it's in there for a strike.
Yeah, it's a very pretty pitch from Emerald right there.
Yeah, again, it's
The third baseman.
anybody that's a fan of softball, if you got a pitcher that can go to a changeup, especially out of the blue like that, that's the first time we've seen it from M-Rob here. If you can throw that across for a strike, it's just a beautiful pitch. And that was one of them there. So now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Thompson, who reached on a single, advanced to third on an error, and eventually scored part of that 3-run second inning. As she fouls this one off. Came off the catcher, and umpire checking on Tyree, and she said she's all right. So 0-1 is the count. That pitch going to miss low for a ball. Got to give a shout out to Emmy. She's a kid. Yeah, go ahead, tell. Yeah.
Credit to Emmy Adams, who just showed up in the ICC Foundation alumni booth with some fresh, hot sausage balls.
Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now is the count. She brought him to me. I said, I knew there's a reason why you're my favorite Adams kid. Now, my question is, knowing Emmy, she's the quiet assassin of the bunch. She probably spilled these on the floor, gathered them up, and said, I'll just give them to Gore.
Or maybe she put some cayenne in or something like that.
Yeah. We'll try to find out in between innings here. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. That would be something Emmy would do. I need to peek out the window and make sure she's not down there laughing right now because she's just waiting to hear me scream. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. There's a grounder. Shortstop's going to get it. Going to have to hurry. Throw across the way. It's not in time. Well, she didn't attack the ball, and with the speed of Thompson.
We have talked about that all weekend about Thompson's speed. You just cannot hesitate with her.
Yep. She is quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog, and she showed it there as she beats out another throw. And, man, she's just got impressive speed.
Yeah, back-to-back singles, and unfortunately, when she's on the bases, you got to worry about it.
There's 2 outs in the inning, and this is now going to be the right fielder Jones coming to the plate. She walked and scored a run in her previous at-bat. That pitch in there for a strike.
And as aggressive as Northwest Florida's been, I would not be surprised to see Thompson take off here, try to take second.
Most definitely is. They've just been close on throwing down on them, but just haven't been able to get the tags. And it's kind of been the story of this weekend for ICC. It's been the little things that have kind of not gone their way or they're not taken care of in these games. And, of course, you know, that's one thing they'll focus on when they get back to practice on Monday. So now the count 1-1 here on Jones. Runner goes, throw down. This one's in time. And got her. Well, nice job there, 2-6 on the putout to end the inning. Now ICC wants to get back in the dugout and see if they can get their bats fired up here. 3-2, Raiders with the lead. We'll take a break here from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Little Caesar Slices and Sticks with half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks is back, so you'll never fight over dinner again. Get hot and ready slices and sticks or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza. It's the Little Caesars Pizza pregame with Pals, Pepsi, and pizza.
A pizza pregame with Pals, Pepsi, and pizza.
Totally.
Thanks, Matthew Pafford.
Order online before games and you could win the Total Touchdown prize pack.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for the bottom of the third inning.
Leading off for the Lady Indians.
And
is
good news.
Thompson.
None of the stuff that Amy might have put in the sausage balls has kicked in yet.
If we kind of start acting funny mid-inning, then
we'll know.
You'll all know it was Amy.
Yes. So top of the lineup here for the Indians, Sarah Kate Thompson, Day Jones, and Smith. Scheduled up here for ICC. They trail at 3-2. Langston still in the circle. She's put together a quiet, good game so far. It's only given up that 2-run home run. She has hit a batter. She has struck out 2, but other than that, she's pitched well and let her defense play behind her.
And she's really settled down after that hit by pitch.
As that pitch fouled off, 1-1 now is the count here on skate. So 3 hits on the afternoon here for the Raiders, only 1, and that was a 2-run home run by Smith for the Indians. Thompson lifts this one. Going to be trouble as it's going to be down to the gap, and this hits the base of the wall, sticks there, and Skate gets a double.
Yeah, that one just died into the corner when it hit the ground in the fence and stuck there. She probably missed a home run by only a couple feet.
Have to talk to her about that when she comes in to shoot What a Play Wednesday. Got to have a little bit more for breakfast to be able to get that one out of the ballpark. But a nice start to the inning. There's the tying run now in scoring position. This will bring up Day Jones to the plate. She walked and scored, and her only at bat so far in the contest. Shows bunt, lays it down, but it's going to roll foul. Okay, I'm just going to say this. I know we didn't have the widescreen on there, and I'm sorry to keep just hammering this. My goodness, the speed that Thompson showed just covering that ball there. She was there in a hurry.
That was a bunt that she got to in second and a half.
And I'm leaving the screen wide because that's where she was whenever the ball was laid down on a bunt attempt. Now, she was moving forward a little bit in that sense, but she's fast. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes that one for a ball. They do throw down to second. Thompson gets back without any issues. And we saw that last night. If you're ICC, you're going to have to hustle getting back to second when you're there because they're not afraid to throw behind you.
Yeah, different catcher in this game from last night, but they still obviously believe in the quick snap throws.
So the Indians got the tying run in scoring position here. Day Jones pops this one up. Center fielder's going to come and grab it and sling it back in. And one of those, it was kind of dancing around up there and just a major league pop up there as the center fielder, Richard, was able to camp underneath it and grab it for the out. Now this is going to be Smith coming to the plate. Last time she was there, well, she had a 2-run home run. That was in the bottom of the first inning to give ICC a 2-0 lead. It's 3-2 right now. Indians with a runner at second and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That pitch high and outside for a ball.
The Raiders have 2 pitchers up in their bullpen warming up. We've got number 13, Hinton, who was warming earlier in the game, and another one whose number I can't see right now.
So 1-0 is the count here to Smith. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Be interested to see how they do to continue to pitch to Smith here. As they don't really want to sneak one near her. As she said, she had that home run. It was one of those when you hit it, you just wondered how far it was going to go versus if it was going to go. And right now, they're not giving her anything on the outside. Then Thompson steals third. Heads up base running there by Skate.
Yeah, I was watching after that last pitch when she kind of pretended to go back late and they made no throw. Coach Ernest was giving some signals. I think they maybe tried to attack something they were seeing. So, great job.
Now that tying run Gets a little bit closer here with 1 out in the inning. 3-0 is the count here to Smith. And they're going to walk her.
I don't think they really wanted to give her anything to
Yeah, I think it was going to be
contact.
like one of those, be like, all right, let's see if she's got the patience enough. And now they're going to try to get them in a rundown here. And the throw to third is not in time, and the runner will get to second.
Heads up. Smart. Kind of trying to take advantage of the same similar play that ICC pulled last night.
The cleanup hitter.
Well, it's going to be one of those, that's going to be a coaching opportunity there for Coach Lee to get his players to realize, say, hey, you got to pay attention all the time here.
Yeah, if time is not called, the ball is still live. Runners can attempt to move on you. But important to get that runner over to second, avoid that double play opportunity.
Now they're talking things over here, and now they're
umpires
Coach
are having a
Lee's
discussion.
coming out and talking here. I think what it is I don't know that time was taken in that situation.
I don't believe it could be because the.
Well, no, I'm talking about when the players came in to huddle there.
Oh, okay. When the
and then
Raiders
ICC
players
ran off the bases, so that could have been an out there with the runner leaving the bag. But the umpire's going to be generous there. And now this is going to be Rippey coming to the plate. A healthy swing and a miss there for strike one. I need to go back and look and see where they huddled up at, because if they huddled up outside the circle, or if the ball was outside the circle, that was pretty daggum smart. 0-1 now, the count. Nice pitch there, catching that outside corner. 0-2 now is the count. Rippey lined out to left in her first at bat.
I was like, yeah, he's been consistent on that spot, so
yep,
can't question that one.
So now waiting the 0-2 pitch here. That one just a little bit too far outside. Not a bad spot to go for it, though. See if you can get Rippey to chase one. She held off, and now 1-2 is the count. Well, the Indians now have the go-ahead run in scoring position here. A 1-2 count with 1 out. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. Nice pitch there by Langston.
Now batting for the Lady Indians is the catcher.
Get the second out of the inning. And this is going to be Tyree coming to the plate. She was hit by a pitch in her first pitch, but was left stranded back in the first inning. And so 2 out hitting. It's a big thing in this sport here, and we'll see if ICC can come up with a clutch 2 out hit here. They trail it 3-2. Runners on second and third. We're in the bottom of the third inning here between ICC and Northwest Florida. There's a shot, but what a play!
Oh, man, just into the web of her glove as she jumps forward.
Snow coned it over there at second base. If not, that has scored 2 for sure. If you're the Indians, you just tip your cap and say, good job over there to the second baseman Stewart on making an outstanding play. We've played 3 in Fulton. It's 3-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as big out there for Northwest Florida keeps them in a 3-2 lead on a great jumping catch by Stewart. Now to be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up. Jones, Hammonds, and Broussard here for the Raiders. You know, I'll just say this. I mean, that's just the difference. That's what good teams do. They find a way to get out of innings, and heck of an effort over there at second by Stewart.
She made an incredible leap, just snagged the ball with the web of her glove. As you said, snow-coned it and came down with it.
That pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1 is the count. Swing and a miss there. Nice job by Imrob getting ahead of the batter here, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Jones starting us off here. She walked and scored a run. She was actually at the plate in the previous inning whenever Thompson was erased off the bases. As that pitch missing outside for a ball, 1-2 now is the count. So 1-2 now the count. Clouds starting to move into the area a little bit. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Imrob. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice job there by Robinson, picking up her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you, and you can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. Now this is going to be Hammonds coming to the plate.
She's got out back in the second inning on what we are understanding to be runner's interference, as best we can come up with so far.
Yeah, text Lee, and he said that he was talking to Coach Hawkins, and she didn't catch what the umpire had called either. Is that pitch missing low for a ball?
Again, she has that running style strike, and we think maybe she stepped out of the box too early, something else.
They made I think that's got to be what it is.
Because it was
made contact with the ball outside the box.
Yeah, she made contact and hit a nice bloop over drawn in infield.
So 1-0 is the count here. That pitch missing low and outside. Ball 2.
The Indians do have number 4, Hannah Grace Gillian, warming up in the bullpen. She has not had an appearance yet so far this year, so we may see her for the first time today.
So 2-0 the count here to Hammonds. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now goes the count. See a lot of people out on campus today taking advantage of some of this, I'm not going to call it Chamber of Commerce-like weather, but nice weather. Some people out running, riding some bikes. So clear and rain moving into the area today, so maybe getting in some of that Sunday exercise. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah, you got to get it now before.
I mean, that's what I would be doing right now if we didn't have softball. I'd be out working out.
On your mountain bike, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 3-1 pitch coming here. This one hammered, but it's going to be pulled foul. And now the count will go full at 3-2.
That was a nice swing by Hammonds there.
Yeah, if she would have timed that one up a little bit better, that one probably would have been exit stage right. So Imrob kind of just laughing that one off, talking to her first baseman there. And so now the count goes 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Got her to chase that outside corner.
Beautiful pitch there. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Third of the game for Imrob. And now this will bring up Broussard to the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice. She's playing in center field here. And there's 2 outs in the inning. So the Indians going to see if they can find the exit and maybe get back to the plate, see if those bats stay hot. There's a slow roller, going to be trouble. Imrob gets it, throws over, in time. Nice job there. 1-3 on the putout for those of you scoring at home. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Raiders. And we'll take a break and hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle in the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up here. Albertson, Martin, and Turner. Albertson flew out to left to end the first inning. And her only at bat so far here in the contest. So she'll be digging in, trying to get something going here for the Indians and also help her own cause here, because as of right now, she is still on the hook for the loss as she fouls that one back and out of play for strike 1. That pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. Albertson, Martin, and Turner scheduled up. This one fouled right back into your living room. And we'll go now to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Albertson going to have to guard the dish here. Swings on this one. Just didn't quite barrel it up enough as she reached out for that one, and will be a line out to left. Well, that one sounded good off the bat, and I'm telling you folks, Albertson, she's just a hit away from igniting here, as she has just been one of those tough luck outs each time she's come to the plate, and that was one I thought was getting out of the ballpark.
Looked good off the end of the bat, but then it just kind of hung up in the air and died.
Martin at the plate, swings on the first one, fouls it back out of play for strike 1. She struck out looking. She was the second of 3 strikeout victims this afternoon for the Indians.
Going back to Albertson, our wind has shifted a little bit and is now pushing across from left to right. If it had been going out like last night, it might have helped a little.
That pitch missing low for a ball. Yeah, it's more, instead of coming from home plate to the scoreboard, it's more of the third base dugout to the scoreboard now, so it has shifted. Is that pitch in there for a strike? And as soon as I talk about the wind, now it's shifting from the
right back
opposite way now. Foul pole to foul pole from right to left. So 1-2 now is the count here to Martin. Chases that one. Are they going to say she went? And they're going to say she did. Tough angle to judge there with the batter back to the umpire. But that will go down as the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. It's just a tough call.
Yeah, wasn't really
I'm saying
as much the swing motion as it was the running motion with the half swing.
A big swing and a miss there, as this is Turner at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. She flew out to center in her only appearance so far. So there's 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Indians. 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Is that one in there for a strike? rolled across the table and fell off the edge just in time to find the zone. 0-2 now is the count. There's a ground ball that's going to fight its way through. Going to have to hurry and beat the throw from right. She never threw it in. Well, I thought that was going to be a bang-bang play. The right fielder was playing shallow that time. Had a chance to come up and throw. But she elected not to, so that'll go for a hit. Third of the game for the Indians. And now Ware will come to the plate. She grounded out 1-3 in her previous at-bat, but the home plate umpire did call kind of a dead ball on the play if the out was not recorded. There's a slap hit and it's down. So a nice job there.
It's good to see some hitting from this bottom of the lineup that has struggled in the last couple of games for the Indians.
So back-to-back hits, first time this afternoon for the Indians.
Last time up, Skate almost put one out, buried it into the corner of the fence in the ground.
She did have that double. Boy, to be a big time now for that double here. The Indians getting some two-out hitting going. See if they can find a way to push across that tying run here. And Thompson hammers this one. This one's got a chance. Back to the wall. It's gone! Thompson with a 3-run home run.
Heck of a play by the center fielder. She went. In fact, she lost her glove over the fence, Adam.
And Thompson shocked that that one got over the fence. And you're right, we're going to have to take a timeout here as the ball hit in the glove of the center fielder, and it carried over the fence. And a big-time hit there from Skate.
Like I said, Adam, that last one she hit only missed a home run by a couple feet. It lodged into the corner as it almost cleared the fence, and so she basically hit it almost in the exact same spot as she hit the one back in the third inning, the double in the third inning.
Well, 5-3 now is the score. And now this will be Day Jones coming to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with the walk.
Guess we should let Broussard be thankful there are no dogs out there this morning like there often are in the pretty weather.
Yeah, they would have had a new chew toy. So 2 outs. And that's what we talked about. The Indians had struggled with 2-out hitting. Well, that was a clutch 2-out hit there off the bat of Sarah Skate. I'm trying to say her regular name, but she's Skate.
She's just Skate.
Yeah, Sarah Kate Thompson. As this pitch popped up, third baseman calling everyone off will make the play as it kind of knifed back in fair territory, but a big inning there off the bat of Thompson. The Indians plate 3. They take a 5-3 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel, the high-tech pay.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5-3 is the score in favor of the Indians after that 3-run home run. One thing that is a miss, I guess we talked about during the exchange of the innings there, Upton, was the fact of what a play by Broussard to get to the ball. Thought she had robbed the home run for a second, but she crashed as she jumped into the fence, her glove carried over the fence. So, one, that was a great hit by Skate, but an equally amazingly defensive effort on the part of Broussard out there at center field.
Yeah, she can't be embarrassed with that. She made a heck of a play. Just unfortunately for her, the momentum of the ball carried the glove right off.
That pitch is going to miss low for a ball. 9-1-2 batters scheduled up. Hood, Stewart, and Pippin here in the top of the fifth. And that pitch is going to fall off the table a bit too soon. 2-0 now is the count.
Northwest Florida now has a pitcher up in their bullpen as well. Looks like that's probably 13 hitting again. Yes, she's been up several times.
There's a shot that's going to drop out in center field, so a nice job there by Hood as she's going to get her second hit of the afternoon. Are we even in the afternoon yet? No, we're not.
Nope, not yet.
Second hit of the morning.
The leadoff hitter.
We're still in the brunch hour.
Yes. So we're going to have what looks like maybe a runner coming in this situation. And that is going to be the case here. And that is going to be number 7.
Cameron Carver.
The runner is Carver.
So Carver will come in. And there will be Stewart coming to the plate. She's officially got no at-bat so far. She's walked and had a sacrifice fly that drove in a run.
Carver came in as a pinch runner last night in the 6th inning and actually stole second base, giving her third for the year. So the Indians are definitely going to have to watch her now that she's back on the base path.
So there's no outs in the inning. Runner on first, 5-3. ICC with the lead after the 3-run home run off the bat of Thompson. That pitch missing inside for a ball. 1-0 the count here to Stewart. One ball, no strikes, and no outs. Shows bunt, pulls back and takes that one high. 2-0 now is the count. Stewart playing second base. As we talked about, had a sacrifice fly to left that drove in a run. Part of that 3-run second inning. So that pitch drifts just outside for a ball. You can tell by the reaction of Robinson, she wanted that one. It looks like we're going to have a quick meeting in the circle here. Let's take the quick timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the break up the circle there. No changes made here. Maybe just trying to get everybody settled down in this situation. A little adrenaline pumping after that last inning. So Robinson getting set to deliver this 3-0 pitch. And that one in there for a strike. You felt like Stewart probably had the red light there.
No, for sure.
Probably have it on this one as well.
Runner on and no outs, probably so.
We mentioned Stewart walked in her first at bat. She was erased on a fielder's choice. Swings on this one and rips it fair. And this is going to score a run. And they're going to throw it from shortstop, but a rip down the line and a clutch double off the bat of Stewart. As that one got inside the line about a foot and ran all day. And the second RBI of the day by Stewart makes it a 5-4 contest now. And now this will bring Pippin to the plate. She is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, lined out to left to end the second. That pitch in there for a strike. Robinson trying to find a way to settle down here and find that first out of the inning. Tying run is at second now here for the Raiders. There's a dribbler. Third baseman's just got one play. It's over to first as the runner will advance to third. 5-3 on the put out there.
In the 3 slot is the catcher.
And so the tying run now at third with one out. And this will be Gibson coming to the plate. She's grounded out twice to the second baseman in both at bats so far. So one out in the inning. Tying run is at third here. That pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1 is the count, one away. Gibson catching here in the first of 2 games. Shows bunt, pops it up, and going to be a rundown. And the throw is not on line. Now they're going to get the runner to go to second. Fielder's choice there for Gibson. And a coaching opportunity there for the Indians as the game now is tied at 5. One of those situations, Michael, you go back and look at hindsight's 50-50. Probably should have just ran the runner back to third in that case. And so we're tied at 5. Maybe having a change coming up here. Let's see if they're going to go to the bullpen or not as Coach Ernest came out to talk to the home plate umpire for a second.
I don't see anybody coming from the
dugout. I don't think so. I think they're going to stay here in this situation. You know, that's just what good ball teams do. They sometimes put you in a situation where you have to make a smart play, and a tough one made there, and they were able to beat the throw home.
Yeah, just all around heartbreaking. Thought that Tyree had a chance to catch that on the pop, and then it just falls flat right in front of everybody.
Yep. And so this is going to be Hardy at the plate, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Runner had the wherewithal to get over to second in all that mess as well to put the go-ahead run in scoring position as that pitch in there for a strike. 5-5 is your score. We're in the top of the 5th. This one lifted. Right fielder's going to have to make a long run to try to get to it. Back to the wall and snags it. And it will allow the runner to tag to third. So a fly out there for the second out of the inning.
The number 5 batter in the order.
And now here comes trouble.
1-5.
Thompson, 2 for 2 on the day. She singled, advanced to third on an error. She singled but was caught stealing to end the third. So you've got a runner at third, the go-ahead run here with 2 outs and Thompson at the plate. She's been a tough out all weekend. That pitch just missing low for a ball.
Yeah, she's been tough to face in the field, at the plate, wherever. All around really good player for this Northwest Florida Raider team.
So 1-0 is the count. And that pitch skips across for ball 2. Jones is on deck. She's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Thompson at the plate playing third base, as we mentioned, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles on the day. 5-5 is your score. Top of the 5th inning. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here on Thompson. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third. 5-5 is your score. Grounder, shortstop, throw over in time. Big out there for the Indians. to retire Thompson and keep it a tie ball game here as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th as they get 2 runs in the inning there to tie us up at 5. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat. And like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, ICC and Northwest Florida tied at 5. This has been a game of spurts, I guess you can say, as the the scores have just come in spurts.
Right.
And not really, I mean, there's been some runs manufactured, but it's all just been big moments in this game, I guess is the best way to say it.
ICC scoring off the home run ball twice. All their runs coming off the 2 home runs is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, had the 2-run shot by Smith, who was at the plate. She is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. And then you had the 3-run home run by Sarah Kate Thompson in the bottom of the 4th to make it a 5-2 contest, a 5-3 contest, and then a clutch hit there by the Raiders to tie it up. We're tied now at 5. Swing and a miss for a strike. Smith kind of gave up on that pitch once she started swinging there.
Well, they're still trying to pitch away from her like they did back in the 3rd inning, it appears.
This pitch hammered but fouled. Out of play, 1-2 now will be the count.
It's probably the best pitch she's seen to swing at since the home run ball.
As Smith hollering at the dugout, said, hey, let's get in the game here. 0-2 is the count. As that pitch missing high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Smith, Rippey, and Tyree scheduled up here in the bottom of the 5th. And hit by the pitch.
In the leg. She's been on base. Yeah, been on base all 3 times today.
Was able to come back, fell off a few pitches, and find her way on. And as we say, just find a way on. That's all you got to do. Don't matter if it's a hit, walk, hit by pitch, whatever you can do here. And now Rain Rippey coming to the plate. Talk about somebody that's due. Rain is due here. Started the season on a tear. First 4 games of the year, she had 4 2-run home runs. She'll dig in with the runner at first. Looks at that first pitch high for a ball. Pretty sure that scouting report's been out on Rippey. Don't throw anything that she can get extended on, and she hasn't really seen a whole lot of pitches to barrel up, especially over the weekend. This one hammered, and it's going to be trouble. No, the second baseman able to go back and make the play. Thought for a second that one might have found its way to the turf, but instead the second baseman got a good jump on it. Was able to make the catch in shallow right center, and now this will be Tyree coming to the plate.
The second great play we've seen from Stewart at second base for Northwest Florida, as she robbed us at the end of the 3rd inning.
Yep.
That line out from Tyree.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball that would have scored 2 runs, but a great play at second as that pitch high for a ball by that great play by Stewart to catch that hard hit line drive to keep the runs off the board. So Tyree 0 for 1 of the day with that line out to second. She's been hit by a pitch. Swings on this one. It's going to get foul and out of play.
It's going to wake up the dog pound.
Well, the wind continuing to shift all over the ballpark right now. It's one inning, and it'll be from left to right. This inning is blowing from home plate to the scoreboard. And that's typical wind in this area when rain starts to move in the area. As this pitch fouled back and out of play for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count.
As you mentioned a little while ago, and it continues to happen, the cloud cover getting a little bit thicker as this game rolls on. Yep. A little less sunshine like we had when we started.
Yep, it's a cold day. Temperature, I don't know if we're going to break the 50s with the cloud cover the way it is. As this one pops straight back and out of play. We'll stay at 1-2. So it is. Dr. Allen says it's 52, but he says he don't believe it. I'm with you on that one. That is a cold 52 degrees. And with the wind blowing as well, that just adds to it.
Yeah, that's a pretty consistent wind if you watch that flag.
So 1-2 now is the count here to Tyree. Flares this one out to the right side. Could be trouble, but the right fielder makes a great running catch over there for the out.
Now batting for the Lady Indians, number 18, Haley.
You know, Michael, it goes back to, what we've talked about this game. Sometimes those balls find a way to drop. Well, they haven't necessarily done that for ICC. You saw that blistering shot down the third base line by Northwest Florida earlier, so.
ICC's due to have one of those drop in there.
And so this is Albertson at the plate. She is officially off the hook for the decision today as that pitch in there for a strike.
Matt says it's 49.
All right, so Matt LaPont saying it's 49. That sounds about right.
Emmy Award-winning Matt LaPont.
Yes. This pitch popped up. It's going to get out of play. 0-2 now is the count here to Albertson. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch missing low and outside. Excuse me, I said nobody on. We do have a runner at first.
Smith got hit by a pitch to start the inning.
She was tucked away behind the wall that I was trying to see around. So 1-2 now is the count here to Hey. Pops this one back and out of play towards the basketball courts, and we'll stay at 1-2. Nice at bat going here by Albertson. Just got to find a way to win the battle here and extend this inning with a 2-out hit.
She had a nice swing back in the 4th. Ended up being a fly out to left field, but had a great opportunity to get down. Just a good play in the field.
So what did the 1-2 pitch here? That one hangs up just a bit too high. You can kind of tell she looked like she lost her grip on the ball whenever she was getting to a release point. And good job by the catcher, Gibson, to pop up and keep that one in front of her and not allowing the runner to advance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at first. This one popped up, and it's backing out of play. And we'll stay at 2-2. Good crowd today. This continues to grow throughout the afternoon. Northwest Florida making a good little trip up here. This one hammered deep back to the wall. See you later.
And the multi-run home run strikes again for ICC. We have been saying how you have been saying, Adam. I'm going to give you all the credit. Albertson was just due. She just needed that one little inch of a difference, and there it goes.
Big time swing of the bat there, and that one a no-doubter off the bat of Albertson. And you said it, Michael. She's just one of those players. Watching her as a freshman, seeing what she has and the potential in there, you knew that it would just take just one swing of the bat to get her to get back in there, and that was one I thought was going to bounce off the Orthopedic Institute sign out there off the scoreboard.
Pretty close, as we've got our scoreboard shifted over this year, and appreciate all our sponsors that are up there, and they may have loved to have that happen.
Third home run of the day for the Indians. It was a 2-run shot in the first by Smith, a 3-run shot by Skate in the previous inning, and then that 2-run shot there by Alberson, and my goodness, Thompson almost ran that down.
I was ready to say that as soon as you finished. We have talked about her speed. She almost ran that down into the dugout for a pop-out.
So 0-1 is the count here on Martin. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, both looking and swinging. Pops this one up. It's foul in the dugout over there. And so 0-2 now is the count. 7-5, ICC has come back with a 2 spot here in the bottom of the 5th. So 0-2 now the count here to Martin. Martin slaps at that one, fouls it out of play, and we'll stay at 0-2.
It's good to see Martin being more aggressive at this at bat. We've seen her take a lot of pitches over the weekend, but this time she's up there, she's attacking the ball. They're going foul, but she's in there and making contact, so I think it's a good sign.
So waiting the 0-2 pitch here from Langston. Missing low, not a bad spot to miss when you got a throwaway pitch there, especially against a slap hitter. A lot of times they're bad to chase those, and a good eye on the part of Martin to hold off there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here. ICC is retaking the lead now 7-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss, 4 strike 3. A clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. But ICC puts 2 more runs on the board. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors, including Davis Ford, and be back with more right after this.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC leading this 7-5, and the ICC's softball program not known as a home run hitting team, but they've got 3 today, and all 7 runs coming off those 3 home runs. So the Indians' bats waking up at times and doing some damage.
Got a pinch batter stepping in here, Adam. It's going to be number 20, Randy Moe. She'll come in place of Jones, apparently.
So Moe will come in here, and she will face M-Rob to start the top of the 6th here. That pitch going to miss low for a ball.
Moe came in and really in a middle of the game last night, went 1 for 2 with a double.
So 1-0 is the count here to Moe. That pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-0 now is the count. Well, this Moe is not to be confused with Molly Ann, spelled differently. The traditional Cajun spelling of Moe. 2-0 is the count here. That fastball zips in the zone. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Nobody on here. Hammond's scheduled up. We'll see if that stays true after this Swing and a miss. Nice job taking some off the fastball there. Not a true changeup, just all speed, and now the count goes 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Mo at the plate for the first time here this morning. And that time goes with a changeup against the Renaissance Bank strikeout.
In the 7th slot,
Big time clutch strikeout there by M-Rob, her 4th of the game so far. And now this will be Hammonds coming to the plate. We're going to say she was out of the batter's box when she made contact on her first out, as we never really got an official ruling on that. She's also struck out in her previous at-bat. And that pitch inside corner for a strike. So she is 0 for 2 on the day. Bouchard will be up next. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, as always, we welcome the members of the ICC family watching here, but also want to say a special hello to those that are watching in support of Northwest Florida today. Hope you guys enjoyed the show so far, as that pitch missing low for a ball.
And we do know we had several people turn in yesterday, especially in that first game.
Yeah, because I forgot to put the actual camera on, so they were listening to the game.
That was their game against Marion Military.
So that's my bad. As there's a shot that's going to be down. Nice at bat there. As Ware quickly gets that one back in. First hit of the day there for Hammonds.
Now batting in the 8th slot, the center fielder.
And now this will be Bouchard coming to the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice in her first at bat. Grounded out to the pitcher to end the 4th. And so now the tying run coming to the plate here for the Raiders. Raiders 12-0 in the year. ICC 6-2. As there's one out and a runner at first. Hammonds, the left fielder, has good speed. Everybody on this team has good speed. Is that pitch? Wow. Outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody not have speed on this team.
Coach Lee might want to start a track team with this squad. 0-1 now is the count with one out and a runner at first. 7-5 ICC with the lead. This one's fouled back. 0-2 now is the count.
Pretty sure you could throw Thompson in that 50-yard dash and she'd win it every day.
Yeah. Probably win it twice if she wanted to. So 0-2 now is the count. Broussard at the plate. She's playing in center field. Been solid out in the outfield here in game one. Got to guard the dish here with the 0-2 count. That pitch high for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. One of those that if the runner would choose to go on that one would have been a good pitch to throw down on. So 1-2 now is the count with one out. That pitch just missing low.
Look at M-Rob's face on that one.
And M-Rob's not somebody to show a lot of emotion inside the circle. She thought that was strike 3. So did everybody else here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth and press box. So borderline pitch just not going the way of M-Rob there. 2-2 now is the count. Grounder. Third baseman looking to go to second. Nobody covering. But she does get the out. 5-3 for the second out of the inning there. And now here comes trouble.
Indeed.
This is going to be Hood, the shortstop, coming to the plate. She is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. In her first at bat, she had a 2-run single. That was back in the second inning, part of that 3-run second inning. She singled. Her base runner came on and scored a run. That was
Carver
in the 5th. Is that pitch missing for a ball? So it's been a productive day at the plate for Hood. She represents the tying run here. That pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second. We're in the top of the 6th here between ICC and Northwest Florida. Change up, and it's a beauty. Falls right in the basket for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here with 2 outs in the inning. Rob looking for the exit. Ground ball. Third baseman gets it. Throw over in time. And the Indians get out of the inning with no damage done. 5-3 for those of you scoring at home. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC looking to tack on some insurance runs here, leading 7-5. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7-5 is the score. ICC with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's going to be the 8-9-1 batters due up here for the Indians. Turner will start us off. Swings on the first pitch she sees. Fouls it back and out of play for strike 1.
She singled back in the 4th. Later was driven in by Skates' 3-run homer.
0-1 is the count here to Turner. Tried to combine our first name and last name there.
Herner.
Yeah, Herner. That don't work.
May not be a nickname she'd like a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't think so. 1-1 now is the count after that pitch goes high. Turner waiting the pitch here from Langston. This one lifted. Doesn't got a chance. It's going to go back to the wall, but snagged. Nice job out there in left field. I believe that was Hammonds. That one just didn't quite have enough on it there as Hammonds went back to the wall and caught it just before.
Of course, she hits that. As you look at the flag, the wind is dead at the moment.
Yep.
Had she hit that
an
inning ago, that would have carried on.
So now this will be Ware at the plate. She singled and scored a run in her last at-bat. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at-bat of the game.
We think.
Yeah, we think.
Questionable call on that one.
He was calling a dead ball if the out was not recorded in that sense. So she may have been out of the batter's box as well. That pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Ware, then we go back to the top of the lineup in Thompson. That pitch, nice. As Ware nods her head in agreement with the strike calls, it paints the outside corner. 2-1 now is the count. There's a shot, and it's going to be dropping in center field for the hit.
Back-to-back singles for Bailey.
Back to the top of the order.
So now we flip back to the top of the order, and this is going to be Sarah Kate Thompson. She's had herself a day as she has doubled, stole a base, and has a 3-run home run. She's also struck out in her first at-bat, so she's going to try to see if she can help add some insurance runs to the board here in the bottom of the 6th. And, of course, When we talk about those insurance runs, we got to talk about your State Farm insurance agent, Brandon Poland. Is that pitch at the knees for a strike? Brandon located right about halfway down South Adams Street. You look for the big red State Farm sign, and as I like to say, the full house red door on his building. As 0-1 is the count here to Thompson. This pitch popped up, and third baseman giving chase, and just can't make the play as she kind of had to check up for a second as she ran into the dugout to have a shot at it. 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ware is at first for the Indians. There's a grounder. Second baseman going to tag one and get the other. Or they're going to say he missed the tag. So missed the tag at second. So 4-3 on the putout of Thompson. Second time today we've seen second baseman have a chance.
Against the Indians and once against the Raiders.
So now with 2 outs in the inning, this will bring up Sammy Day Jones, the center fielder. She is 0 for 2 with the walk. She did score a run. She has flown out to center and popped up to third to end the 4th. Going to lay down the bunt, going to have to hurry. Nobody's covering first. And that'll go for a single.
Now she's going to kind of catch him because the ball. Now she's going to take second. Oh, she's going to be caught in the rundown, Adam.
Nah, not what you were wanting to do right there. And tough break for the Indians. So that will go for a single. And not one of those situations ICC wanted to run themselves out of the inning. But ICC leads at 7-5 after 6 complete. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the 7th inning. 7-5 ICC with the lead. And it'll be the 1-2-3 batters due up here for the Raiders. Stewart, Pippin, and Gibson. If you're the Raiders, this is exactly where you want to be right now in your lineup. Stewart had an RBI double in her last at bat. She also had an RBI sac fly, and she's walked. That first pitch in there for a strike. Robinson still in the circle. Yep.
Sharp pitch by him, Rob.
So 0-1 is the count here to Stewart. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. ICC trying to pick up a win today after losing 3-1 last night to Northwest Florida. They lead at 7-5 here in the top of the 7th. This one popped up. Center fielder Day Jones will camp underneath it, squeeze it for the out.
Big to get that leadoff runner here. Trying to close this game out, get the win. That first runner, keep him off the base. Gives you a little better operating room.
So now this will be Pippin coming to the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. She's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. She has grounded out to the third baseman and lined out to left to end the second. 1 out now. That pitch just a bit too high for the umpire's liking. 1-0 now is the count. I think I figured out that outside corner on this umpire. If the catcher doesn't slide out versus leaning out, if she slides out, she gets the strike. If she leans out, she's getting the ball called.
She's got to keep the legs still.
There it is. There was a slide that time, and 1-1 now is the count. I like it when things like I try to explain stuff and it actually
works, right?
Comes about and shows people I'm not the idiot they think I am. 1-1 pitch coming. Oh, nice off speed there for strike 2.
Yeah, you got them fooled, Adam. It's all a big facade.
It is. I've done that for 42 years of my life, and now I've been exposed. 1-2 now is the count to Pippin, the DP. 1-2 pitch coming. Change up that hangs up that time. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Raiders. One, 2-2 pitch coming. This one ripped, and it's going to drop in center field for a base hit. Nice at bat there by Pippin, getting her first hit of the afternoon.
From Northwest Florida is the catcher, number 8, Gibson.
That was the 7th hit of the game for the Raiders. ICC has 8 hits. Yeah, Rob wanting to come talk to her catcher here and just maybe calm herself down and get everybody on the same page. We're going to have a runner coming into this situation. Looks like number 9 coming in to run.
It's going to be Shira, who played in the game last night.
The runner is Shira.
So she will check in over at first base. Gibson, she is 0 for 3. She reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run. In her previous at-bat, she's grounded out twice to second. So 1 out. Runner at first. Tying run at the plate here for the Raiders. Robinson in the circle, set to deliver. That first pitch missing low for a ball. Gibson, the catcher here in this first of 2 possible games today. One-0 is the count here to Gibson. That pitch in there for a strike. Snap throw down to first is not in time. Didn't get much of a lead over there, did the runner, as now the count evens up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. ICC leads it 7-5 here in the top of the 7th inning against Northwest Florida State College. This one popped up, and it's going to get out of play for strike 2.
Good effort there by Bailey Ware, sliding into the fence to try to catch that. Just missed it.
So now the count goes 1-2 here with 1 out in the inning.
Looking at Shira at first base. She did steal a base last night, and is 4 for 5 on the year.
So now the count 1-2 with 1 out. Runner at first. 7-5 ICC with the lead here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch coming. High and outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. Couldn't get her to chase one there. And now the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. ICC with a 2-run lead here in the top of the 7th. Trying to find a way to close the door and pick up the first win of the afternoon here against Northwest Florida. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there of Gibson. As this is the 5th strikeout of the day. And we're going to welcome in Dr. Jay Allen to the broadcast. And Dr. Allen with 2 outs. Turn the microphone over to you real quick.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Devin Stevenson, president at Northwest Florida State College, a buddy of mine, and great friend and great president down there. Glad to have his team here playing in Fulton, Mississippi today.
Just upset he didn't bring any Florida weather with him.
They did not bring Florida weather with them for sure. He did tell me, though, that I should have provided drinks and food and all that for him. He would have done that. You know, that's the level of hospitality he would offer down there in Niceville, Florida. But great guy, and it's a great college. Glad to have them here as a part of our spring season.
Well, there was a ground ball to second base, and Sarah Kate Thompson takes care of business. And ICC picks up the 7-5 win here in the first of 2 games this afternoon. And Michael, we'll move directly into our Renaissance Bank postgame report and just give a quick game recap brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. What a game. This is championship-level softball early in the season, and this is why these two teams want to play each other.
Exactly. You saw a great Northwest Florida team come in. We had a fantastic game that came down to the wire last night. This one a little different. Not as much of a pitcher's duel, but M-Rob comes in relief of Albertson and does a great job. ICC finds their bats, finds the power today. 3 multi-run homers that make the difference for the Indians.
We're going to take a quick timeout, come back and look at some stats and more, part of the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins it 7-5 here in Game 1 against Northwest Florida.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as your final score 7-5 here. ICC hands Northwest Florida their first loss of the season. The Raiders fall to 12-1. ICC improves to 7-2. Your final line, ICC 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. And for the Raiders, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. We just got the news that there will be no game 2. Basically, the rain is moving into the area. It's cold, so they don't want to take a chance
they have
anything,
a long drive
any injuries.
home.
You have to take a long drive home.
Factors here.
Yeah, so we most definitely want to wish the best of luck to our friends from Northwest Florida on the rest of the season. Hope you guys have an outstanding season and continue to make that push towards a national championship down there in Florida. So let's take a look at some final stats here on the afternoon. And we got to name a star of the game. And, I mean, you got to look at it. There's a lot of different players you can name a star of the game. You can consider maybe looking at 2 in this situation with M-Rob coming in to get the win. And then also the big 3-run home run by Sarah Kate Thompson. And then you have the 2-run home run as well by Albertson that proved to be the difference in the game. So,
yeah,
just a gutsy performance across the board.
Great team effort all around. Lots of players stepping up and finding ways to get in the game a little more aggressively than they did last night, and that turns the difference there.
Absolutely. For ICC, Thompson, she went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs on a 3-run home run and a double. She also stole a base and scored a run. Day Jones, she was 1 for 3 on the afternoon. She had a single. She was thrown out trying to advance. She walked and scored a run as well. Smith was 1 for 1 with a 2-run home run. She walked and was hit by a pitch. She scored 2 runs on the afternoon. Rippey went 0 for 3. You had Tyree, who was 0 for 2. She was hit by a pitch, robbed of a potential extra base hit that would have drove in 2 runs to end the third on a great play by Stewart of the Raiders. Albertson on the day went 1 for 3. She had that big 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th that proved to be what the Indians needed to pick up the win today. We'll call her and M-Rob the stars of the game this afternoon. Martin went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Turner 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Ware came in strong there late. She went 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a run scored as well. M-Rob gets the win. The loss goes a tough luck loss to Langston for the Raiders. Across the board, it looks like this. Stewart, she was 1 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI double. She also had a sac fly that drove in a run. She had a walk to start the game. Pippen was 1 for 4 on the afternoon. She did reach on a fielder's choice. She had a single. Then you had Gibson on the day. She reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run. She was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Hardy was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Thompson, man, I was impressed by her all weekend. She went 2 for 3. She had a pair of singles. Her courtesy, then she advanced to third on a error and scored a run. Then she was caught trying to steal. Jones went 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a walk. She did score a run. Number 20 for them, I don't have her name.
I'm sorry. 20 is Mo, who came in place of her.
Mo went 0 for 1 with a strikeout. You had Hammonds, who went 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Broussard, she went 0 for 3, but she did reach on a fielder's choice. Hood had a great day as well. She went 2 for 3, scored a run, and drove in 2 runs as well. She had a pair of singles. Well, that's going to do it for today's action. We do appreciate everyone that's tuned in this afternoon here on the ICC Sports Network. Softball will be back in action on Valentine's Day as they travel to Calhoun. We'll have baseball action here in Fulton, so you want to be sure and tune in on the Red Channel. We'll have basketball coming your way Monday night as well back here on the Red Channel. So for Lee Adams, Michael Upton, I'm Adam Gore saying so long, have a great weekend, and we're going to say a roll try, but also a fly, Eagles fly, as we support Darius Slay, former ICC football player, in the Super Bowl tomorrow. Have a great afternoon, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.